Hello everybody, it's Tommy and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another Disney character as a Pokemon trainer. Welcome back to my little mini series here. We are working on Meg today from Hercules, and she has been the most difficult one so far, by far. Usually it's pretty easy to pick Pokemon for these guys only because you really get a good taste of their personality, and a lot of times Disney characters will have a bunch of animal counterparts, and I'll usually just trade those out for Pokemon. So for example, Ariel had Flounder, which made it very natural for me to pick like a yellowy, goldeny fish Pokemon. But with Meg, she is almost entirely shown throughout the movie being by herself or in a scene with either Hades or Hercules. But in general, she doesn't really have friends, she doesn't really have companions either, so you really have to base it off of her personality. So for her outfit itself, I always think of Meg as being a little bit older, so I definitely went with more of like a Pokemon trainer or high-ranking Elite Four member outfit, a little bit more elegant, definitely a more modern look on her casual outfit, but I wanted to keep the dress, I wanted to do some heels, and maybe back off on the accessories just a little bit, just to make her look a little older and a little bit more elegant, if you will. So for her actual Pokemon, going through the 6 that I have chosen, like I said, this was definitely more difficult, but stay with me here. The first one I have picked is Espeon. Now, I think if you are going to pick one for Meg, it might be the most natural choice to pick Espeon. I think if Meg was turned into a Pokemon, she would literally become an Espeon. It looks like Meg, it's purple, it has that same sort of elegance that she does, and it's very much like a loner, kind of a dark, sad-looking Pokemon in a way, and right away, knew it had to be in Meg's party. Moving on to the next one, a lot of the ones that I have chosen, I have picked because of some Greek type of reference, or I have the idea that the entire movie takes place in Greece, so that was very much in the back of my head trying to decide. So I have picked Arbok. Arbok, obviously, purple, again, a really obvious choice. I liked the idea of doing Pokemon that could easily transition into Greek creatures. So for Arbok, I very much think of Medusa. I also think of like a giant snake, which has been depicted in many arrays of Greek and Roman storytelling. And I feel like it's got that same kind of personality that Espeon has. It is kind of a loner Pokemon, a little bit scary when you first look at it, definitely very independent, cunning, all of the things that I think make up Meg. Maybe a little bit scary at first, but at the end of the day, still could be like just a really good Pokemon to have. Next, I have picked Misdreavus. So the reasoning for Misdreavus is that I wanted to do a Pokemon that I felt like represented Meg's soul. So in the movie, Meg trades her soul at the beginning or before you even get to see anything. She trades her soul for the love of her life, and that's shown in like a completely different TV show, but you know that, and she talks about it, and that's kind of one of the reasons why she's a little bit apprehensive about falling in love with Hercules, because she's had a bad experience where she basically traded her life for somebody in the past, and it did not work out for her. And I really liked the idea of having a Pokemon that could represent that. I think Misdreavus kind of looks like Meg in a really strange kind of way. Obviously, doing a ghost Pokemon for like a soul counterpart is a really obvious choice, and I love the color, and I just overall feel like if you could take Meg's soul out of her body and put it into a Pokemon, Misdreavus would be a really great choice. Moving on to the next one, I have chosen Ninetales. So Ninetales again reminds me very much of some kind of a Greek creature, but more so than anything, when I think of a fox or a fox Pokemon, I really do think of an independent, cunning, very pretty type of creature, and all of those characteristics, again, really fit Meg. And these last 3 Pokemon, including Ninetales, really, I feel like, embody her major personality types. So moving on to the next one, we have Togekiss. And I've chosen Togekiss because I wanted a Pokemon to represent the romantic side of Meg. She is shown having it a little bit here and there in the movie, and then in the end, obviously, she does fall in love with Hercules, and they end up together. But I wanted like a Cupid Pokemon, and Cupid is a Roman god, but there is a Greek counterpart named Eros, and when I think of Cupid or Eros, I do think that Togekiss is like the number one most resemblance-wise looking towards Cupid. And I really, really liked that romantic, hidden aspect, a little bit cutesy, a different side of her personality that she doesn't probably show to too many people. And then lastly, we have Cubone. So I think Cubone really rounds out her final like aspect of her personality. Cubone is the loner Pokemon. It is sad. It is often by itself. It has gone through hardships in its life that cause it to want to stay away from other Pokemon and other people, had a little bit of a rough go, and that is literally Meg. And those are the 6 Pokemon that I have chose. Again, definitely a really, really tough choice this time around. Let me know in the comment section how you think I did, and what 6 Pokemon would you have chosen? I'm always, always curious to know what you guys think. Meg and all of the other Pokemon trainers are available for download on the gallery under my origin ID, theallegedsimmer. All one word. Thank you guys all so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that little bell icon below to turn on post notifications so you can get updated every single time I post, and I will talk to you all in the next one.